Corporate style. So when we start with a project, we want to know what the corporate style is of the company that we're working with. It might be our company, it might be another company, but anyways, we always want to know what's the look and feel that we should give our applications. So maybe if we're working for Coca-Cola, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to design everything in yellow and purple. And if we're working for the Lakers team, we're not going to want to design everything in color red. So we want to know what the corporate style is, what the type of images they use, what are the fonts they use, what are the main colors they use, what are the official logos they're going to be using. So usually we can ask our customers to give us this information. Usually when a company is automating their processes, they're already in a maturity level where they probably have a website and they already have built lots of interfaces previously. So we're going to want to have a style guide of the company, so we can ask them to hand us out this style guide. We can also, sometimes they don't have it because they outsource this type of work to other companies. So maybe we'll have to ask those companies, maybe that created the website for the company or designed features with a certain corporate style, to give us their logos, to give us the colors and all this information. Something we could also do is enter the website of the corporate website of the company and try to grab the information from there. So I'm going to show you guys a few examples here. So something we might want to do is look for the company and maybe write style guide. And we might find the style guide directly published on internet. Here we have a style guide for Microsoft. So how you're supposed to write things, how to plan the design. There's all kinds of tips here about grammar and other things. Anyways, we can also see some other examples. Here we have a Uber style guide where we can get all the information, the different colors, how they're going to be displaying the logo, the colors, the compositions, illustrations, and so on. So here I could click and get more information about the corporate logos that this company is using. I'm also going to show you some other ones. For example, here we have another one. It's called material design. I think this is for Android products. So they're going to show you all these tips on how to create the headers, the navigation, the buttons, sliders, tabs, and so on. So you've got all the information here. You don't have to design things from scratch when someone's already bothered to, prepare all the design and develop everything. So we don't really have to think about it. We just have to use the same style guides that they've already created. The same thing happens here with this other company called Spotify. Here we can find their logos, icons, the different formats and colors in which you can use them, how much space you should leave around them, examples of what you shouldn't do. So here we have another example. It's called Mailchimp, and they're also going to give us lots of design tips on how to write mails, how to use the grammar, how to use the different web elements, the buttons, and so on. Another thing we could do is just try to figure it out for ourselves. For example, here we can see this page, the New York Times, and it's got a logo, it's got a button panel here with all these different buttons. Here it's got some other buttons. So let's say I want to figure out how to extract some information from here in order to create my own application. Here I'm using a Chrome browser, but obviously all the browsers have these tools and options to do this. I wouldn't be able to show you all of them because we don't have enough time for that. But anyways, if I click here, for example, on inspect, I've got a little tool here that allows me to get more information, for example, about this button. So I can see there's a blue background. It gives me the exact color, the size, the padding, the fonts that they're using, the color of the text. The same thing happens here, for example, in this title. I want to learn a bit more about what's the color. So I can see it's a very dark gray. We've got it in a hex mode. We've got it's color 121212. It also gives us a size of the text, the font. So we've got all this information here that we can use. We can see this is size 14 down here for normal text. Up here, well, I'm not really seeing it. One second. Yeah, size 20. So it's size 20, and this one here would be size 14. So we can extract all kinds of information from the website just by using this little feature here. We can always try to look for more information on the internet. For example, let's say we want the New York Times logo. So we can even look for that. Here we can see they're using different formats. So they've got a horizontal format. They've got this other format here. They've got it in different colors. So basically on the internet, we can find a lot of information. We can also find a lot of style guides of different companies. But obviously the first thing we're going to do is ask our customer to hand us out this information.